like turning in and turning off a switch in my mind. So I can switch from Spanish to English and vice versa, from English to Spanish. So it's a funny thing. So I set my mind in order to work like that. When I want to think in English, I think in English. Or when I want to think in Spanish, I think in Spanish. But it took me a lot of hard work to set my mind in that way. So I can quit speaking by using translation from Spanish to English because that doesn't follow a real and a proper syntaxis of it. Sometimes I'm not actually saying that by making, let's per se, traduction on your head, providing from your modern tongue into English language are bad at all. But I think that sometimes it could get a little bit twisted, the idea of it. So I rather to think, as I said, in English rather than think in Spanish and then translating my words or whatever what I want to say into English. I think that is actually more work to do instead of actually just thinking in English. Are you able, you guys, I'm actually want you to know if you are able to think in English, just only in English, not to make translations from your modern tongue to English words. Are you able to do this task?
It's difficult. I try to not translate and just think directly. It's a kind of practice for me, and maybe I'm 50% successful, but not 100% because sometimes I'm translate. But now, little by little, I'm getting better in thinking in English instead of translating to English.
Yeah, and I think I'm almost sure that the tool that you have used back in the time in order to get this fluent, it's to listen in a lot of stuff English. Am I right? Because
Yes.
I did the same. Actually, I did the same. I switched all my visual and musical content into English, and that's the only way that I found actually to practice my English on a daily basis. uh, Otherwise I was not like living in a American or English native country speaker, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So by taking this way, I was able to develop my English skill through using podcasts and through listening to music in English, through singing by myself in English. Even though I'm not the best singer, I mean, I just sing because I get more fluent and I get more used to use like words like a little bit twisted because there are certain words that are difficult to pronounce. Am I right?
Yes.
Well, I still struggling with words. I still struggling. And even though I mean I know what it means, I know how to use them in a sentence, but I don't feel that I'm actually pronouncing them on a standard accent English. But I think it's pretty enough to be clear when speaking. I think it's clear, it's pretty enough if you are being legible.
Yeah, communication is important in being understood by others and kind of fluency that you are, I think it's great. We can understand you 100%, even if you interfere a little with your Mexican accent with the English accent, and as I do the same, but
Yeah.
you are understandable. Your and communication happen. This is the purpose of learning English for me, actually. At
Yeah.
least for me, it's not because of my job or promoting my job. It's just as a hobby and for communication and for learning, for knowing, getting more knowledge, studying books, and knowing more about the world around me. Not for my job, because I have my job and it doesn't change my job if I learn English or if I don't know anything. It's the same here in my
Yeah.
country. So,
Yeah.
as you said, communication and fluency a little, as you are enough fluent. I think it's good for making a proper conversation and
Yeah,
communication.
I'm agree. Man, like uh I always used to think that English is a journey that never ends. Like for real. I remember how frustrating it was for me when when I started to try to speak English. It was really frustrating for me. And I think that is one of the most important barriers when it comes to new users of English, because they get desperate too easy, because they want to speak and they want to make clear sentences, but they are not willing enough to practice like on a daily basis. I always used to remark this idea. You have to put them back on practice. Not don't try to memorize words. You I mean it's a waste of time to memorize words. It's better to use them words in order to make a sentence that express an idea. Or as I said, create a necessity for you.
Can I share this kind of idea too, Jeff?
Huh?
Can I share my idea how to help my students
Yeah,
with the
go ahead.
vocabulary?
Go ahead.
Yeah. For example, they learn new word. Then I ask them to practice because they ask my suggestion to put them into sentences, write them, not memorize them, but put them into sentence in 3 or 5 sentences. So you see how the word sits in your sentence. Put in the sentence that maybe past tense or maybe in different tenses, so you know how to use it. Because in English, they familiar with regular verb and irregular verb. Also, you have to practice how to pronounce them instead of just writing. When you finish writing, you check how do you make it audible for your mouth. Is it like natural something sound or the other different way? Then it works always with my students. Every time they got new words, I
Yeah.
suggested them. The first then they need feedback from the teacher. It is very important for them. I already did this, Manani. Can you check for me? See, it is really important for them. But for the adult class like this, they can check by themselves. Or they can pick up randomly any teachers in the group. Would you like to help me? I believe they will.
And
I
also,
help some of the participants here.
yeah. And also,
Yeah, that's great idea.
and also I think that if you don't feel like confidence on yourself when we talk about your bank of words or ideas, whatever you want to call it.
We call it in the school range of vocabulary, or
Uh-huh.
instead of bang, range of vocabulary. It is important.
Yeah, because
Range of vocabulary.
I used to use this technique a lot because sometimes I just don't remember certain words in order to
Yeah.
explain something. But if I do have the knowledge and the capacity to express the same idea but with using other words, I think that is the most important when speaking. Be like flexible, being flexible, not only to use a certain word, but also to use your bank of words in order to express the same idea, but in other words, because that tool could actually save you from many situations. I I have have used this tool before in my life a lot because I'm being honest, my memory is not that good. I mean, I tend to not remember to not remember all the things, all the stuff well on my head. And I tend to use my bank of ideas, my bank of words to express the same idea, but using other words. And that is a useful tool. I actually get used to this tool because of my certification test. Because my teacher used to tell me a lot, used to remark that idea to me a lot on me because uh, he was aware of my defect, that I tend to not remember certain words because they were not like pretty clear for me, or by many other factors. Instead, he used to tell me that you have to keep on mind, or you have to be like logical when speaking, and then you will be able to express the same idea but using other words, which is the same
Mhm.
case. It's the same case, and that tool is gonna save you from different situations. In this case, it had helped me a lot when I took my TOEFL exam of certification, because I was too nervous. I mean, I was too nervous to remember the exact word for express what I want to express. So I have to use my bank of ideas in order to mm, improvise a new idea using normal words, or explaining the same idea but using other ideas to complement the main idea. I don't know if I explain myself well, but yeah, that is what I tend to do when I'm struggling with words. Can you give
Can I
another?
add more?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So one other thing for a bit upper level, instead of just practicing vocabulary with maybe typical type of words, you have to master the family words of the words. For example, in to invite as the verb, invitation as the noun, and there is no adjective for it. Don't need, or there is an adjective. You have to practice with it like that. Then again, put them into sentence so you know exactly how to use them.
Yeah,
How to use invite and how to use invitation. It's not gonna mess up of your sentence.
yeah. I mistake with a
Yeah.
with the idea of natural spoken English rather than an English providing from a book,
Mhm.
because a book doesn't give you the tools to face real situations. So I think by practicing a lot your English, you will be able to walk across these difficulties. So there is plenty of people that haven't speak in this video call. So we're going to say hi to the new user that just joined, I think. Svetlana from Georgia. How you doing?
Hello everyone, how are you?
We're doing well, fine, I think. We had
This
a
is
little bit of
Svetlana
problems
from
back in the
Georgia.
time.
Am I audible?
Yeah, continue. Go ahead.
Am I audible? Yeah, I am an English teacher. I am practicing, as you said, I'm practicing because every language needs practicing. Until the rest of our life, we need to practice. I know for languages, it's so hard to mix with English, Russian, mix in my mind. So I see you're talking about English practicing vocabulary. If you want to remember vocabulary, you need to use in the context, in the sentence. Just no need to learn single word. If you use it, it will be more, um, how can I say, you can remember it easily. If you
Yeah,
use in the context in your speech daily. Today, for example, you learn new word, just try to use in the sentence.
yeah, I'm agreeing. Totally agree with you. Uh, like I said, I was talking with a friend this morning, and I actually was saying that I tend to tell my students that it's better to create a concept rather than just remembering a word. So it's easier for them to increase their vocabulary by remembering concepts, not words.
I had a so tough journey.
Yeah,
Now I can compare my level nowadays and before 4 or 5 years ago. I received German language at school, but I started at the university by learning English. I started to learn from the letters.
mm-hmm.
Even I didn't know the letters. It was so hard for me.
Yeah.
When teacher said, Svetlana, come at the blackboard and write football, I wrote on the blackboard like football. Oh my God, now I remember it. So funny. Football and football.
Mm-hmm.
I see now the difference, how I improved by practicing myself. So you need to feel confident. Self-confidence is the main point for learning any language.
Yeah.
I tried my best. I record my voice 1 minute daily. Then after one day, I increased the level by recording 2 minutes, 3 minutes, day by day. I see the result, how I can improve my English. So now I am speaking with my friends. I'm understandable. They understand me. I understand them. Even native speakers, I was not able to understand native speakers, what they say. It was so weird. But now I can clearly understand because of hard work, because of practicing. Before I was thinking in my mother tongue, I was translating into English, but it was the mistake.
Mm-hmm.
It was big mistake because
Yeah.
if you want to be a fluent speaker, just think in English.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
I'm speaking now, I do mistakes. People will laugh at me. Just I speak.
Mm-hmm.
I try to speak. I feel confident. When I do mistakes, because of we are doing mistakes, we can learn more and more.
Exactly. I'm totally agree with your point. So
Yeah,
I
because no one is perfect.
yeah, I I will go with George because I want you guys that people who hasn't spoken yet, I want you guys to speak at least the rest of the call. So George, are you there? I think he's not. So we're going back to Kadar Hussein. Are you there, Kadar Hussein? Sorry if I'm actually mispronouncing your name. It's pretty difficult for me to initiate this certain kind of name for me. So I'm sorry if I'm not enunciate well my words. So I think neither Kadar nor George are here. So who wants to summarize what Svetlana was saying? Don't be shy. Please speak.
Now in Indonesia, I want to summarize Svetlana. So, Svetlana, you said it is important, is not on to master vocabulary, to put them into writing. It is exactly similar. That's why I put thumb up. Similar with my way to teach my students. Similar way. To put them into writing. Exactly. And others, don't worry about mistakes. Keep practicing and keep practicing. Nobody's perfect. I think that's all the point. Am I right, Svetlana?
The whole point.
Exactly, my
I
dear Nani.
I think you
Okay,
have
thank you.
nailed it directly, Nani. I
Yeah, I
think
just got the gist
I
of
no
the
the
yeah.
best the best thing on having on mind is that, like you said, nobody is perfect. Even native speakers make mistakes speaking English. For
Yeah, that's
example,
so true. I found many with
see,
my native.
yeah, a lot, a lot, a lot.
A lot.
Uh, like 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 I was saying, it's funny. It's a funny thing for me that um when I'm trying to speak English with my friends that are actually providing from the same country, with they are my friends. They are get used to my accent. They are get used to the way of expression that I choose and stuff like that. But it's funny for me that often they don't understand me like at 100%. But you guys in a different place of earth with different culture, with different accent, with many different factors over there, you are capable of understand what I'm actually saying. And that is the main the main idea of it. Svetlana, for example, have you struggled when speaking with other people that are not providing from the same country as you?
Please just a minute. Okay, I will answer.
Sorry, Jeff. May I admit someone who I don't know in waiting room or not? Because you asked me to not accept someone
No, no, no,
newcomer. No,
no, no.
because I know
You don't
I
recognize the
admit
name of
someone that I
them,
know
don't
that.
allow. Yeah.
Oh
Or
yeah.
if you
We-
know, yeah, it's okay.
Okay, yeah. That know him or her, accept him. If you don't, please don't. Okay, so we have 10 minutes more, and
Yes.
I would like to, same as Mr. James, anybody wants to say surprises and learnings?
Jeffrey, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hello.
Would you like to repeat
Hello.
your question?
yeah, of course. I think your network bandwidth is a little bit low, so I'm not sure if you are struggling with your internet connection. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, maybe. But just I have some trouble. That's why I couldn't hear what you asked.
Okay. I was saying that if you have had struggle back in the time with your accent when speaking with other people who are not providing from your country, because as you may know, it's different an accent providing from a Mexican like me, from an accent from
No,
I don't know, from a Persian people, or for a
no, I
Japanese
hadn't
teacher.
problem.
Mhm.
I never faced that kind of problem. I can clearly understand now what you say me. What, for example, it's different to understand when Indian people talk.
Oh
They
yeah,
are talking
that's a
like
hard task.
Indian language.
Yeah, yeah,
But
that's a
I
hard task.
understand them easily
Yeah, yeah,
because I know Indian language.
yeah. Well, I think it's the same as Spanish and Portuguese because, like I
Yeah,
said,
I
German
was,
and yeah, go ahead, Nikki.
yeah, it was a problem when native speakers were talking. The American accent was little bit hard for me to understand. But
Really?
because of practicing, I can understand very well now. Yeah.
It
When they
really
were
was
talking,
it
it was
really
just
was more
so
difficult to
fast for
understand you as
yeah,
native
yeah, it
speaker.
was difficult for me because in Georgia we use British English. I teach British English. It was so difficult because they use short forms, provisions, and for example, they say it is in British English. They say it is, and beautiful. I like their pronunciation very much. American accent, I like so much. But it was so difficult when in the songs even. I like singing. I listen every day. It was so hard. Now I try to read the lyrics and at the same time listen the song. It will help me for practicing and for understanding American accent
Mhm.
because for me it's a little bit fast. But now it's okay. I can understand very well.
Well, in my case, it was more difficult to understand UK native speakers rather than US native speakers because of the geographical position of Mexico, I think. And I think my accent is more providing from the
Can
American accent
understand
rather
everyone.
than the United Kingdom accent. What was that?
I can understand everyone clearly. I think the just Indians talk different.
Yeah, I
It's
think
so hard.
It's a matter of practice, because I have taught Indian students before, and yeah, they speak, in my personal experience, they speak a little bit more faster. And yeah, that's yeah,
faster.
a little bit more faster, but I mean, for me, it took me a little bit to get used to this accent, but at the end of the day, I'd get used to this accent too, same as United Kingdom accent, because like I said, I more tend to listen to U.S. native speaking accent rather than this accent providing from European countries, because of the position of Mexico in the geographical space. That's the same. That's the same matter of this OTAS that we were talking about before. Me and I think this person had left already, but we were talking about that. And yeah, uh, uh yeah, we are not discriminating nobody here. Uh, mm, what we were saying is, all with all due respect, we were not trying to make assumptions about other people. This is just matter of educational purposes, so don't take it wrong, please. Because like I
Yeah,
was saying,
just compare accent.
yeah, we are
Different accent.
talking about
Yeah.
accents.
For
Yeah,
example, the Russians, when they speak English, I can guess because I know Russian. It's so easy for that they are from Russia. I ask, "Are you from Russia?" Because they speak like Russian.
yeah,
different accent they use, like Russian they are speaking.
yeah. I never have talked with a Russian before, so I don't know how is that experience. Have you ever talked with a Mexican before using English?
You can talk with me Russian. I know
I
very
would I
well.
would I would like to know. I would like to know if for example, if I turn off my webcam and just listen my voice and my accent, from where do you imagine what I'm providing from?
I know.
You- You will think you will think that I'm Mexican or Indian or Chinese.
Not
I think.
India, from America.
Yeah, from America.
Or-
I agree. You sound like you're from America.
From America, where? Because
Not
America
India,
is a whole
Russian,
continent.
America,
California.
Ameri-
or
California.
maybe
America is a whole continent. So
or Peru,
For me,
maybe.
it
yeah,
was a
from
mix
North
accent.
America, from Middle America, or from South America.
No,
California.
From South
California.
America.
Okay, North America. Okay. Yeah, it's a funny thing. I think it's all because of geographical situations. I think, for example, a people who lives nearer from Europe rather than USA, I think it tends to speak more like that rather than speak like me. And
for
being
example,
honest, for me, it took a lot of hard work in order to sound like this, because my accent was even worse back in the time. So if I have a bad accent, sorry, is the best thing that I did for myself. I'm hoping being legible when speaking to you guys.
where are you
No,
from,
your
Jeffrey?
accent is beautiful. Your
Because
accent is beautiful.
Yeah, because
Don't
that is the
I
best
like
that I can do, for real.
Well, actually, Jeffrey, you sound like the hero called what's called Zorro. Zorro, you know Zorro, Legend of Zorro.
No. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Legend of
Zorro
Zorro.
from
Yeah,
Mexico.
yeah.
Legend of Zorro.
Yeah, I know. I
Now we
know
have
that
Zorro, Zorro teacher.
movie. Nice. You mean you can think that that actor is providing from Mexico, but it's not. That is a Spanish culture. That is a Spaniard, not a Mexican.
For example, when Peru
Eh,
people are talking, I can guess easily that they are from Peru. I can guess easily they are from Peru.
Yeah,
I'm
I
very
mean
afraid.
there is a lot of misconception regarding Mexicans because, for example, I have met a lot of people providing from North America, and they think that the mean Mexican, the promedium of Mexicans over here are like the these guys with hats, with big hats and skin brown and stuff like that. Mexico has a lot of ethnicities. That is the funny thing of Mexico. We have a lot of ethnicities over here. I mean, we have like white Mexicans, brown Mexicans. We have a lot of cultures over here because back in the time, Mexico was let's per se a town. Is not is not the sad word for it, but let's call it like a town, which Spanish people with South American people with North American people. And there is a lot of misconception because of movies. Same as you guys, I thought Legend of Zorro was providing from a Mexican character, but it's not. It's providing from a Spanish character. Even though it could look like a Mexican, they look like that because they conquered us back in the time. We were conquered by Spain in the time of Indian people here in Mexico. So there is a lot of misconceptions regarding with this.
Jeff?
Sorry for disturbing you. For
Yeah.
example, I can easily guess when Iranian people are talking.
Yeah. Well,
I'd just like
Yes,
to remind
Iranian
everyone that
accent.
Jeff's class, I think it just ended.
yeah, I was about to finish. I
Okay,
was
thank
I
you.
was just waiting for Svetlana to finish.
Sure, go ahead.
You want to summarize something, Svetlana? Or anybody else wants to summarize what we are speaking?
We are speaking about Jeffrey looks like Legend of Zorro.
Zorro.
We
Well,
are speaking about different accents and how we can guess, how we can understand different accents, American, British, difference between these accents.
well, I'm sorry. I'm having problems right here. Sorry. Well, it's actually time up. Thank you for being on my class. I don't remember which when is gonna be my next class. I will check it later today, and I will let you
Can we
know
find-
right down on the group of Discord. Again, thank you for being these 2 hours with me, and I'm sorry for the problems that we had a few hours ago with these disturbing people that had entered to our classroom. So sorry about that. The next time, I assure you guys, I will control more this situation when we speak about people or new people entering my class. So I will try to
Jeffrey,
avoid these problems.
and how
Thank you.
how can I join Discord?
Discord.
Would you
Okay.
like to share the link?
Yeah, I will
That,
share you the link. I will share you the link of the group. It's an
I
app.
can
Do-
put the
do-
links up too if you like, Jeff.
Yeah,
Send the
please.
link on the chat.
Please,
Or Ahmed.
does somebody can share the link of the
Because
Discord group?
I am new in this session. I don't know how can I join next time. I would like to join.
Okay, on Discord, we have a group when we announce the next classes, so you can notice by there whenever I'm teaching
Okay,
the next
so
class.
share the link in the chat box. I will try to join.
Yeah, the link is already on the chat. Can you see it?
Thank you.
Okay, please be
Yeah, I
sure,
can see and try-
be sure to enroll on the Facebook group, also on Telegram. And well, yeah, that is all on my behalf. Thank you for being these 2 hours with me. So I think we
you.
catch you later. Thank you.
What-
Have a
what-
good day.
Thanks,
Have a good
Jeff,
day.
Thank you,
for
Jeff.
managing all the
Thank you so
trouble.
much.
Take care.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody.
Okay, I think I am there,
And-
James,
and remember-
in classroom.
Remember, Zorro is not providing from Mexico. It's providing from Spain.
Spain.
Okay,
Thank you.
Still again, straight to the
Peace.
point.
goodbye.
Peace.
Bye.
Nationally,
Bye.
bye.